When a government, whether local, federal, abdicates responsibility to enforce the law, what recourse is best for citizens, in your opinion?
There's no enforcement because we're not pushing for enforcement. Government responds to what citizens ask for. And I think it's very clear. You can look at the housing in the schools in the city and see that there is not a popular uprising amongst the people that politicians listen to for fair and open housing and for fair integrated schools. So we do have recourse. It's called elect people who will enforce the law and press for it and don't just talk about it and think it's a good thing.
Yeah, we essentially have chosen what we've gotten here. We as a society have chosen to turn a blind eye to the things that are going on. And once again, it's a reflection of the value that people have in our society. And when your ethnicity, your race, whether you're disabled, a source of income, these are different kinds of things that we face. If you don't care about that, you're probably not going to do much about it. So once again, I think that the kinds of things that Solly's film is shining a light on, and the articles that Nikole is writing, those are the things that I would hope people start paying attention to, and then demanding some change. But without leadership, without people who are willing to stand up and say this needs to change, nothing will change.
I would just add, equality requires people who have more than they should have are actually going to have to give some of that up. And we just don't have a willingness to do that, right? So the young person, I'm assuming young person who's in Crown Heights, possibly as a gentrifier, may feel very bad about that, but you're still going to move in there, right? You still know that you're part of this larger system that's driving up rents. And we know that we've never disentangled cost of housing from race, how property is valued from race. We've never made reparations for, the first 50 years where almost all of federally subsidized loans went to white Americans and built the wealth that allows white Americans to be homeowners at the rates that they are. We've never addressed any of that. So even if we stop discriminating today and never discriminate again, which we're clearly not doing, we still would never have an equal housing system unless you're going to make up for those ill-gotten gains. And I don't think we want to think about it that way. It's going to require giving up of something. And people are very protective of their property values. People move into certain areas because they know the properties are valued a certain way. They don't want certain people moving into those areas because they think that brings the properties down. And people want to protect what they think that they earned. But it's not an understanding that there's a whole history behind that and that other people have not had the opportunity.
And that essentially was what happened in the Yonkers case. We had many people who lived in very modest housing, white people living in very modest housing, not much higher than the income levels of some of the black people who were in the projects or in a different part of town. But they were the ones who fought the hardest against the desegregation plan and felt the most threatened, and the ones who led the demonstrations and the other things when things really got ugly in Yonkers years ago. They were the ones who were in the forefront of that. And what they failed to see, they would say things, as Nikole said, I earned this, you need to earn this, without thinking, well, wait a minute, you got a mortgage subsidy here, didn't you? And you may have gotten something else, maybe part of the GI Bill or something like that other people didn't get. Those are the things that people tend to forget when they think, oh, I've earned this.
LB.
Yes. Okay. Also, they might want to ask themselves, what is my state of awareness? How many friends do I have who are of a different race? Do I socialize with different people only at work, or do I have friends of another race at home? What is my circle of friends like? Are they all the same frame of mind, same race, same gender? It's a matter of of really being honest with yourself if you want to make a change, and how far you're willing to go to commit to that.